right. So thank you so much for being here. For those who have not met me before, I'm Bonnie Negron, owner of Bonnie Career Services, and I'm here today with a very special dear client of mine, Miss Stephanie. So Stephanie, how are you doing today?
I'm wonderful. How are you, Bonnie?
I'm doing great. Thank you. I appreciate you being here today and sharing all your experiences working with me and the value that you've got out of the coaching. So, Miss Stephanie, please tell us a little bit about you and how many children you have.
So, my name is Stephanie, and I have four kids. They range in age from 7 to 15, and I'm a full time program manager for a biotechnology company. And one of the reasons that it was really important for me to work with Bonnie is because she is dealing with the same work life challenges and journey that I am dealing with. And so I really felt like when she was talking to me and giving me feedback, it was coming from a very authentic place because she truly understood what I was going through as a working mom of several children. So that's one of the reasons that I chose to work with Bonnie. And also because I initially had worked with you, Bonnie, on my resume, and you really helped transform my resume into showing potential employers what I was capable of doing and really highlighting what I had done in my previous positions so that new employers understood what I was capable of doing for them. So the transformation in my resume was so huge that it actually helped me get my dream job, which I'm in right now. And once I was in that job, I then reached out to you to help me navigate that dream job with the demands of my family.
That's so awesome. And congrats on that dream job. How long have you been in it now?
I've been at my new job for about 16 months.
Awesome, awesome. And tell us where you were after you got into your dream job. Now you were looking to navigate the home life. Tell us where you were at that point in your life.
Yeah, so I got my dream job, and I would say that professionally, I was feeling really solid. I was working really hard. I really enjoyed my job. I felt like I was getting up to speed quickly. And at the same time, I felt so much guilt, so much mom guilt about not being the type of mother that I should be to my kids. Keep in mind, this was all during the pandemic. So we're all home. And so everything is a little bit heightened. And I just felt that I was not the type of mom that I wanted to be. And that I couldn't be the type of mom I wanted to be and have my dream job. I felt that those two things could not coexist.
Right.
Um, so
And if you recall our conversations and when we started the coaching, think about what were some of those challenges going on at home that were really draining you or contributing to that mom guilt.
a lot of the mom guilt stemmed from not spending enough time with my kids, not giving them three wholesome meals a day, not providing enough time reading with them, sitting with them, and really just not enjoying their company. Not that I wasn't enjoying them, but I was feeling guilty that what I was doing was not enough and that I was not being a good parent to my kids.
Right, right. And then you had this great career going, you were so committed to it. And then, to have this going on the side, right? It just doesn't feel good. It was weighing you down. And if you recall from our sessions and time together, there were some times that you were putting yourself on the back burner, right? Tell us what
Oh,
that was like.
absolutely. So, because I had so much guilt about not taking good enough care of my family, and yet doing just really putting so much effort into my job that I was definitely last on the list. I would say my job came first, my family came second, and you could put a whole list of things that came after that, and then I put me.
Right, right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so fast forward, right, to today. Think about what were you able to accomplish by working together and going through the coaching process and the plans that we put in place to eliminate the mom guilt and have better self-care.
Oh gosh. So working with you, Bonnie, really for the first time helped me take that mom guilt, acknowledge it, and I didn't have to erase it. What I did is I acknowledged it and I faced it. I was able to then package it up and lovingly send it on its way. So it was a really wonderful experience because, contrary to what sort of everyone around me says, which is, you shouldn't feel that way, you shouldn't feel that way, I never got that from you. I always got that the mom guilt was part of my past and part of me, but it didn't have to be a huge part of me. And I could take that mom guilt and make it smaller and smaller until it didn't consume me anymore.
Yeah.
So it was really wonderful how you helped me deal with that in a way that it doesn't come back. When someone just tells you, it's okay, don't feel guilty, that might help you for 2 seconds, and then the guilt comes back, and it usually comes back bigger. But what I have found in working with you is that the mom guilt doesn't return because you have given me the tools to package it up and lovingly send it on its way every time it does start to bubble up again.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've learned some pretty great things about these tools. What were some of the biggest takeaways that you had from the coaching, and perhaps some of those, tools that you still use today in your life?
So I remember one time, Bonnie, you were asking me, about my accomplishments and what I was really proud of, and we sort of went through a list. And at the end, it was just so wonderful how you said, "These are all such wonderful things, Stephanie. And what about you? What about you?" I was telling you all of the sort of tasks that I checked off and how I got so much done, and you sort of reminded me in a very gentle way that even with all of the tasks that I was giving you, I can put myself at the top. So, one of the things that I've gotten out of our coaching sessions, and every time we meet, I get this again, and I need constant reminding, is that it is okay. And it's actually more than okay, it's necessary to put myself at the top of my list. And then everything else can come after that. And so the tools that I'm getting from you are the constant, being thankful and proud of what I'm doing, and to recognize what I'm doing, and that it doesn't have to be a task and a checkbox. That putting myself first is not a task. It's a way of being, and it is a way of living that then makes everything else flow so nicely.
Right. So much easier, and you can get through things. And
Yeah,
at the end of the day, you still accomplish so much.
absolutely. Maybe
Right.
more.
And even when you look back, the time that we've worked together, not only did you get into your dream job, we're filming now from your dream house.
We are filming from my brand new house, well, brand new to me. You'll see that there's a refrigerator in my background. This house is actually a dream come true. I'm working in what used to be a kitchen, and it is a perfect office space for me. This house has enough space for all of my kids to have their own room, and it is in the location that I wanted and dreamed about. And yeah, so you're right, Bonnie. Not only do I have my dream job, I have my dream house in my dream location, and I have an office. It is absolutely a miracle,
Yeah.
and I could not have done it without your guidance and support and helping me realize what I bring to the table at home, at work, and that my value is intrinsic. It actually has nothing to do with my job or my home. These are all things that were goals for me, but they don't define me. The things that define me are already inside. And if I let them shine, that's what helps me accomplish my goals. So thank you for helping me realize that.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Oh, it's such a pleasure. And to see your growth and transformation, and realizing, wow, putting myself first, it makes everything else so much easier. It makes everything fall into place so much easier. And as busy moms, I think that's the biggest thing, is that we forget that. We think, got to take care of the kids, got to take care of the kids. Yeah, we do. But we can't take care of the kids if we don't take care of ourselves. And I know us as moms, we hear that, but really putting practices and tools and motions in place is so important. And simple things from like having to deal with children who are picky eaters, right? And having to worry about dinner and figure out who's eating what. That was also like some of the big challenges that we worked through, trying to meet the needs of the different tastes while staying healthy and providing, and also not having a grocery bill that was like $1,000 and stuff, right? So a lot of these challenges too just kind of help put things into perspective. So how have you seen your children grow through the processes that you've put in place as a busy mom?
Yeah, so you brought up meal planning, and that was a real challenge for me when we started working together. And one of the things that I did after taking your suggestions
Mm.
and guidance was we did meal planning together as a family. And it was absolutely wonderful because I was getting everyone's input. They would tell me what they liked, what they didn't like, and we would plan that into our week so that when it came time for those weeknight dinners, nobody was saying, I don't like it, I don't want to eat that. They already knew what to expect, they already knew what was coming. And so mealtime, it was and is so much easier because I don't have the complaints that I was getting before because we had to last minute decide we were having, shrimp soup and half of them didn't like it. Um, so I was really thankful that you gave me that advice to really get everyone on board with meal planning.
Mm.
And the thing that really surprised me is that the kids really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
They enjoyed it a lot more than I thought they would.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Well, maybe you have a little cook or a little chef in your future too, right? Because you're exposing them to other areas, right? And getting children involved is the biggest thing. Children are so bright. They're brighter than we sometimes realize, right? So getting them involved and getting them exposed to different things and helping out around the house is just really important because it could be what their path is, and it enlightens them to pursue different careers, start their own businesses in certain areas. So we are still contributing. And sometimes moms look at it like, well, I'm making dinner, but it's all about perspective. And when you look at it, say, yeah, I'm making dinner, but I'm also exposing my children to maybe things that they'll enjoy doing, certain crafts and cooking. They're using their creative juices, right? So, it's all about perspective. And you have been a shining guide and light in your family. You've made amazing transformations, and you must be so proud of yourself.
I am very proud of myself. I think a lot of times I focus on what I need to do. And I think that we get stuck in focusing on what we need to do because that's how work is. That's how we don't get to focus on our accomplishments at work. And I spend so much time at work that really taking a step back, away from work and also away from my family, and really focusing on the things that I'm doing and the things that I'm accomplishing and that I'm reaching my goals and working towards them. And it makes me really proud, and it helps me, like you were saying earlier, get through those things that I have to get done. So I'm extremely proud of what I've accomplished, but I'm also proud of the mother that I am. And that's something that I could not have said to you when we started working together. I couldn't have said those words.
Yes, yes. And you are. So, what would you love to share? And it was always in you. You couldn't see it at the time. I did, though. But, I saw it. No, it's great. And look at you. I mean, you're shining now. And what would you say was your biggest takeaway that you would want to share with other career moms juggling work-life balance?
I would tell them that working with a coach is so helpful in getting back your alignment because we're constantly giving to work, we're constantly giving to our families, we're constantly giving to everybody else, be it school or church or whoever else is asking for that help. And so often it's difficult for us to lose ourselves in the giving. And so working with a coach helps women, helps working moms, and really helped me bring myself back into focus so that I could give to school and I could give to church and I could be the mom I wanted to be, but also so that I could reach my own goals, that it wasn't always about everybody else. And I think that having a coach and having you helped me bring me back to, hey, Stephanie, you matter. You're important. You should be proud of what you're doing because you're amazing. Just because you are. Just because you are you is so important for moms because we tend to get lost in our day-to-day tasks so easily because they can consume us.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. It's been such an amazing honor to work with you, see you grow, be the wonderful mom that you are, and own it. That's what you were always a wonderful mom. You just weren't owning it, and now you are. So it's so great. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for sharing this with other moms. And that's what I was here sent here to do, to really help others and empower women to be the best that they can be. You can have a great career and a great mom life. It's all about, perception and putting yourself first. So thank you again, Stephanie, for sharing today. And I wish you continued success on your journey. You will continue rocking it as a mom.
Thank you, Bonnie. And also thank you for practicing what you preach because you are a wonderful role model and you're living it. All of the things that you say and you teach me, I can see how it's working in your own life. So you're an amazing role model. Thank you.
Oh, I received that.